Hello everybody, today I would like to read out some of scary stories that I've written. I've got 2 here and I'm yet to write more, but if you guys like this kind of video then I'll read out more. Let's get started. The Yellow Taxi. This all started when I was around 9 years old. I was quite a shy kid which never really talked to strangers, but one day I was walking to school and something intrigued me. A car beeped at me. I turn around hoping it's my mum or dad on their way to work or something, but instead I'm greeted with an inhuman looking man in a yellow taxi just staring at me. I could see his lips moving but couldn't hear as the windows were rolled up. There was something terrifying about his face. He almost looked fake, like a doll. His eyes were too big to be human. His nose was too small and perfect. There was just something not right about this. My instinct just told me to run as fast as I could to school, as this did not feel safe one bit. When I arrived at school, I tried to just get my mind out of the whole situation, but it was hard. His horrific face was glued into my mind. Anything I did, I thought about it. It came up to the end of the day, which I had been dreading since the moment I got into school. That thing, I didn't want to run into it again. So I called my mum and asked her if she can pick me up. She says there's been an emergency and that she is unable to. I asked a few of my friends if their parents could give me a lift home. All said no. It took me a while to pluck up the courage, but in the end I did. I thought to myself, what's the worst that can happen? I load my bag with all my stationery things until I see a business card at the bottom of my bag which says, Yellow Taxi Enterprise. My heart dropped. I threw my bag on as quick as I could and ran to our house. There it was, a yellow taxi parked on our drive. I didn't know what else to do or say. No one was home. I didn't know what to do other than just cry. The same man I saw from earlier emerged from the bottom of the taxi. He just stared with his inhuman robotic eyes. He swung his arms out in a scarecrow manner and started singing. It was so loud, so piercing, but oddly hypnotic. He said under his voice in a soothing yet terrifying way, "Come with me, no one can hurt you." He grabbed me, but I released myself from his grasp and kept on running. I looked back and he was running too, yet he was getting taller and slimmer as time went by. I ran to the forest where I was confident that he couldn't find me. I arrived at the local road swing, which was away from civilization of the town. I looked down to see both my parents dead on the floor with grins on their face. So that was number 1. Now I'm going to read the cardboard box. Hi, my name is Ryan. I was 9 years old when this situation happened. This all started when I had moved into a new apartment with my parents. My father was an asbestos worker and due to his line of work, he had to work overseas. It was the 9th of April 2006 when my father had left to do his work. I believe he flew out to Italy. The night he left, I noticed a peculiar looking box lying around in his bedroom, and the smell it produced was putrid. My curiosity was getting the most of me, but I put it to rest as I thought it'd be a violation of my father's privacy. So I forgot about it. The next morning, I awoke to a screeching sound coming from the box. This just made the curiosity 10 times worse, so I peeked into his door and noticed there was another box. 2 boxes. How could there be another box just appear out of nowhere? I questioned my mother about this strange incident. She was extremely vague and nervous about it. She just looked at me with big nervous eyes and sent me back to my room. I could hear my mother crying outside the door and I believe I started to cry too. Not out of sadness, just out of confusion and frustration. What were them boxes? I was determined to find out. I sent my mother out to the shop for a distraction technique so I could see what lied within them boxes. When she had left, I approached, slowly yet stealthily. I got closer to the boxes and finally when I was there, I picked up a pair of scissors from my dad's drawers and opened them up. I could see my dad's rotting remains just lying there with a note saying, "Mum's next."